morning. Welcome to Let's Do Yoga with Joanne, and I'm Joanne. So today we're going to do a little bit of everything. And a reminder, of course, if you ever find yourself in a pose that is causing pain or just too much discomfort, then back out of it to where it was not causing pain, or just back right out of it and join us in the next pose. All right, let's begin. And first, let's just take a really deep breath in. Fill the lungs. Then take some more. And exhale. And then exhale some more. Good. We'll bring our hands behind us. I just have mine on the side of the chair, but wherever you have it, resting behind you. I'm sitting in about the middle of the chair. And we'll do a simple cat-cow. So inhaling, you want to expand the chest, expand the belly, and look at a 45-degree angle towards where your ceiling meets your wall. And then exhale, keeping the hands behind you, bringing the elbows forward and emptying out the belly as you exhale. So let's do that about 5 times. So inhale, fill everything up, looking at about a 45-degree angle, and exhale, empty everything out. Coming forward. Inhale, expanding, looking up. Exhale, looking about 3 feet ahead of you. So you're keeping the neck kind of straight. Inhale up. You're not overextending the neck, bending it too far back. Exhale. And you're not overextending the neck by looking forward into the TV or wherever you're watching from. Inhale. We're on number 4. And exhale. So really warming up the back, warming up the belly, warming up the shoulders. Inhale. And exhale. Coming into your neutral posture. Bringing those shoulder blades back and down, and you can do that by bringing the elbows back and down. So just setting those shoulder blades while we take a nice little neck roll, starting with laying your right ear to your right shoulder. It might look opposite to you. And then tucking the chin down and rolling over so the left ear is over top of the left shoulder. And tucking the chin down, going to the right, tucking the chin down, going to the left. And then one more time. And over to the left. And then looking forward. Let's take those cactus arms. So we're going to do another kind of little modified cat-cow. So we bring the elbows back and expand and open up the chest. Then we bring those elbows together, really using the shoulders. So here's where you inhale as you open up. Exhale as you bring those elbows together. Inhale as you open up. Exhale as you bring those elbows together. One last time, inhale, opening up. And exhale as you bring them together once more. And then bringing both arms down. The one is going to come out at about a 45-degree angle. This is my right arm. Again, it might look opposite to you. With my left hand, I bring it up. Straight up, reaching as tall as I can, so I open up this side part, and then I'm actually going to bend over towards the right. And I'm just holding that. And then coming down, doing it on the other side. So now my left arm is at a 45-degree angle. My right arm is going to come up and over. And again, it might look opposite to you. So whichever way, you just know you have to do it both ways. And then bringing that arm down. Bring that right knee in. And then bring that leg straight. I'm going to do a rotation with my foot looks dirty. Ooh, that's what happens when you camp for we went camping 5-6 weeks, so my feet look like it. And then bring that leg down and take a twist to that same side, whichever leg you were doing. And inhale nice and tall. Exhale and turn towards the back. Look over that back shoulder. And inhale tall. Exhale, looking over that back shoulder. Inhale tall. Last exhale over that back shoulder. Oh, that feels so good. And then looking forward, we're going to do exactly the same with the other leg. So whichever leg you used last time, you take the other one. So a nice big squeeze, tight squeeze into the chest. Straighten that leg. Do some circles with that ankle. Sometimes I ask people to write their name, but whatever. You can circle, you can write your name. You're just trying to move it. We tend to not fully use our ankle joint, so that's why we're doing that now. Okay, good. And then that gets placed on the floor, your opposite hand to your opposite knee. This other hand comes behind you as you inhale tall. And you exhale and turn to look back. Inhale tall. Turn to look back. Inhale tall. And turn to look back. And face forward. Okay. So again, with the cactus arms, but you're going to join that by opening up the pelvis. So my feet are about 45 degrees. My cactus arms are coming back. So make sure we set the shoulder blades before we do this. So elbows back and down. Can you keep the shoulder blades where they are and still bring those elbows up to shoulder height? And if you can, that's really good. And opening those elbows as wide as you can. We don't open our chest enough, so really open that up. And then bring the one elbow down onto your leg, choosing whichever you wish. And then this arm straightens straight up. So we're still keeping that pelvis open, and we're also opening up the one side. Come back into that cactus arm, really bringing the elbows back. Do you need to reset those shoulder blades? Then the other arm comes down onto the upper thigh, and the opposite arm straightens and really reaches. It's like you're being pulled by a bungee cord here. And you'll feel that stretch right in through that shoulder joint all the way down, right almost to the hip. The whole oblique here, the whole side is going to be stretched out. And then come on down from that. And let's just move on to the next little portion here. So we'll do balance right away. And balance is going to be on the tiptoes, like so, releasing and coming down. Hang on the tiptoes, releasing and coming down. And I'm guiding it down. I'm not just dropping. So inhaling up on the tiptoes, releasing and coming down. 2 more times. Inhale up on the tiptoes, release and come down. Onto the tiptoes, release and come down. Good. Then we will take our king dancer. So hanging on to whichever foot you choose, or shin, or pant leg, trying to lift this up behind you. Press into the hand with your foot. Okay, so you're not pulling the foot, you're pressing into the hand with the foot, and you'll feel a nice stretch in the front here. And then lifting the other arm off the chair if you can do it, or grabbing, or lifting, or grabbing. or doing whatever to try and grab some balance here. It's hard work. Balance is hard work. And release. So you're tightening up the butt, you're stretching this part out, is what's all kind of happening there. Again, I'm going to lift that foot and place it in this hand, like so, and press my foot into my hand. So you can feel your butt tighten and the front, the quad tighten here as well. And then lifting this arm up and off the chair if you're able. If you're just going for fingertips, that's good too. It doesn't really matter if the arm gets off or not. What matters is how hard you're working. So if this is like super easy, this person isn't actually getting as much work done as the person whose hand is on the chair and you're working hard to get it off. That person is actually getting more out of the exercise. So, and release. Okay. Turn the chair seat towards you. And we're just going to grab a down dog, downward facing dog, which is walking out. I'm bringing my ears between my upper arms, and I'm lifting my butt to the ceiling. My feet and legs are basically under my hips, and I'm just allowing that stretch in my shoulders. I'm making my back long, so I'm lengthening out that spine. I'm stretching out the whole of the hamstrings. I'm working my buttocks, trying to lift that tailbone up to the sky. And we'll just stay here about 5 breaths. So that's probably been 2 breaths. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then you walk up to your chair and you lift one foot on the chair. So my foot that's on the floor is pointing straight ahead. The other foot is pointing straight to the side. So I have this opening in here. And then with my hand, I'm just going to actually push the inside of this knee or thigh just a little more. Just so I've got a little more of a stretch, lifting my arm out to the side and just enjoying that, that I've extended. I'm extended here. My pelvis is open. I've got a little bit of pressure on here. And we'll hold that about 3 to 5 breaths. So that's been 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now, with this foot, I'm bringing it to the back of the chair. So if you have to, wiggle this foot around or whatever, you want this foot extended to the back of the chair, but I still want this foot pointing forward and that foot pointing to the side, so that, can you feel how your butt has engaged now to do this? And if it hasn't, then tense it up, engage it, because we do want that happening. All right, with this hand, I'm just going to slide it down my leg to the shin or above the knee, but we don't want it resting on the knee. Okay, in this pose, we don't want our arm resting on the knee, because you can see if I do, I'm going to press down on it, and we sure don't want that to happen. So you can either go past it or ahead of it and have this elbow bent, because with this arm, you're going to come over and really open up this side. Big, big, beautiful stretch. And we're holding that about 5 breaths. So again, we're only going to count for 3 because we've had it for 2 breaths already. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And let's release that. From here, we come into half moon. So half moon is one hand or elbow on the chair. You can decide once you start playing with it. The other leg comes up. So this hand can be either out or up. And it helps if you're looking down at the floor, not at your hand, because that might wiggle, not at me, because I might wiggle, but probably at the floor. And since that's a balance pose, we don't need to hold that for the full 5 breaths, and we can come right on out of that. Let's grab another down dog right in the middle here. Once more, lengthening out that spine, and you're looking at the floor, not at the screen, so that your neck is an extension of the spine in the same line. Your ears, you're working towards getting them between your upper arms. The tailbone is reaching for the ceiling. And your heels are trying to stay on the floor, but you might have to bend your knees a little bit. You want to be able to feel the hamstrings stretching out a bit in the back of your leg, but you don't have to have straight legs. You can have slightly bent knees to achieve that. And then up we come, and we do those same 3 poses on this other side. Okay, so one bent knee on the chair. This foot is pointing straight ahead. This one's pointing to the side. Making sure I have that. With the one hand, you're opening up this leg, applying just a little bit of pressure, and that's okay on the side of the knee. That's fine. You're not going to do any damage because you're just putting a little bit of pressure, but if you like, you can keep it on the upper thigh too. Okay? And then with this arm, I'm just going straight out. I'm not going over my head, and holding that for the full 5 breaths. Okay, that's got to be 2 breaths. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Then we want to straighten this leg out. I got to kind of move over a little and then straighten, keeping this foot pointing straight forward and that one pointing straight to the side. Then with this hand, I'm either resting on top my knee or like above, not on top, above my knee or below my knee. And with the other arm, I'm coming up and over. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. That was 3. Let's go for another one. Inhale. Exhale. And we come out of that as we come into our half moon. So, half moon, I have my standing foot pointing straight ahead. I'm either going to come with my hand, I'm going to hit the wall. I'm either going to come down on the chair with my hand or with my elbow. So before I did it with my hand, so I will here too. My back leg comes up, my top arm reaches for the sky, and I'm actually looking at the floor slightly ahead of me, not at the screen and not at my hand. And hanging on to that. And release. And let's have a seat. Couple stretches and you're done. Okay. So let's do some eagle arms. Now, if you have real shoulder issues, you might want to just do it like so. Or you can bring the arms together like that. If you can, you take the right arm under the left and it's like this or like this. And look up and lift up. And just playing with that as best you can. Bringing that down, the arms come straight out. And whatever you did on the one side, you go ahead for the other. Now, sometimes you have one shoulder that won't work as well as the other, and so you might get farther into the pose going the other direction. So, all right, so my left arm is under my right, and I'm reaching around to try and put my palms together, which I really can't do. And then I'm lifting up, and now you'll see on this side, I cannot lift as high. And we're just holding that stretch a bit and coming back down and out. Arms come all the way out and down. So let's do a bit of a stretch on the front. So I'm taking my one leg straight out, flexing my dirty foot, and then straight back. I want a straight back, so I'm not rounding it. My back is nice and straight, and I'm just leaning forward, not over this bent knee, but over the straight leg, until I feel a nice stretch in the back of that leg. And that's where I want to hang out for a little bit. And then I come up and I switch. So it's a 33-degree day today. Turning to face that straight leg. My back is nice and straight. And I can feel it even though I have the air conditioner on. And coming back up. We're down to our last two poses. The figure 4, where you place an ankle over a knee. And once more, straight back, and we just lean forward a bit until you feel a stretch in that kind of outer calf area here, outer hip. And then sitting up, you can either leave the knee in this position, or you can take it down as we just reach behind us, look behind us, and then face forward. And one last twist. So we used this knee. Now I'm taking this elbow. I'm in Namaste pose, taking the opposite elbow to the outside of the knee that I was using. And just taking another twist. I'm just making it a slow twist. I'm not holding it. And coming back out of it. And then I take the other leg, place the ankle above the knee, lean forward with a straight back. This one I hold for a breath or two. Then straightening out, I turn towards the back in this pose. Facing forward, that foot gets placed on the floor. Namaste, hands and arms. Opposite elbow to the outside of the knee. I was just lifting that back elbow, trying to have the top elbow directly over the bottom elbow. Not easy. And then coming out of that. So a really good stretch all around, for sure. Okay, so we'll just go into our little bit of relaxation. And if you enjoyed the video, I hope you subscribe. Press the bell icon so that when I post videos, you are notified of that. Close your eyes. Hands resting wherever you like. Thinking over your summer. Finding one or two things in your summer that you appreciated, that you were grateful for, even if it's just air conditioning. But maybe you spent time with family, or had a really good walk, or felt really good for a few days, or whatever it was, taking the time to be grateful for that. And then slowly opening your eyes. May your inner light shine for all to see. Namaste.